What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. Today we're going to be doing a rant. I haven't done one of these in a while, and this one's going to be about World of Warcraft. Now, I've been playing World of Warcraft for just about 10 years or so. I started right towards the end of vanilla, right when Burning Crusade was starting. And I think I'm probably one of the only few people that leveled up primarily through questing and grinding. I really didn't do a lot of dungeons. And the reason why I didn't do a lot of dungeons is because half the times you get grouped up with people that I like to call stat whores. They'll sit there and bitch about you not putting up 5,000 million DPS in a fucking dungeon. I'm sorry. I'm not here to fucking post high scores. I'm here to have fun. Now, that being said, in Battle for Azeroth, surprisingly, I've done 3 dungeons. 4 attempts at 3 dungeons. And out of those 4 attempts, only one of them kind of sucked because I had one of those stat whores once again. Not everybody is trying to set a record for DPS, heals, tanking. I don't give rat's ass what your DPS score is or how many DPS you're fucking doing. I'm here to have fun. That being said, let me get to my other point of contention. Allied races. When I was playing Legion, I was kind of waning off and I was actually thinking about just ending it, canceling my subscription. It's run its course. But towards the end of Legion, they were talking about in Battle for Azeroth, you're going to be able to play with allied races, which really piqued my interest. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do this. So I got Battle for Azeroth, and come to find out, you can't play with allied races like you could with other races in previous expansions. Right when you bought them, you can use it. No, you have to jump through a million hoops, get exalted with a specific faction, and then you can use that race. I'm sorry, in Burning Crusade, you didn't have to be exalted with Blood Elves or Draenei to use them. They're already right out of the box. In Mists of Pandaria, you didn't have to be exalted with a Pandaren to be a panda. No, right out of the box, you could play them. But now with this expansion, nope, you got to be exalted. You got to jump through a million hoops. You got to grind your ever-loving ass off just to play a new race. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Which is related to my next gripe, flying. Back in vanilla, you couldn't fly. They added flying in Burning Crusade, and for the next 2 expansions, maybe 3 expansions, I can't remember, Wrath of the Lich King and Mists of Pandaria, you could still fly, but you had to reach a certain level and go to a flight trainer and get your flying. Then when Warlords of Draenor started, they threw away flying training, so in order to get flying, you gotta start jumping through a whole bunch of hoops. They started this Pathfinder bullshit. You have to grind your ass off, get exalted with a whole bunch of races and factions, run around and discover every single little corner of the world, and do a shit ton of other stuff, and then you can fly. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. They did the same thing with Legion, and it's looking like they're doing the same thing with Battle for Azeroth. At this rate, I'll be able to use allied races and flying in Legion by the time the next 2 expansions come out. So not next expansion, the expansion after that, I'll be able to use flying and allied races in Legion. Why? Because you have to grind your ass off, which was a problem they had back in Mists of Pandaria. People were complaining about the daily grind. Every day you had to grind for rep. Well, nobody liked it. And guess what? We're doing it again. It seems like every day I have to micromanage every one of my characters with the war table, the class hall table, whatever thing you want to start calling it, that started back in Warlords of Draenor. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just the only one in this that feels that way. But I'm going to end this rant. Let me know what you think down in the comments, what you think about everything I've talked about, what your gripes might be in World of Warcraft, what you like about it, what pisses you off. Let me know down in the comments. But like I said, that'll do it. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. For the Horde.